me. I'm a huge fan of J.K. Simmons. How did you get?
Uh, it was, when it came time to think about a narrator for the film, he was right at the top of my list. I mean, I like his voice. I think I'm a fan of his. He and I are of the same vintage. And so, I admire his career very much, the tenacity that he's had and the persistence he's had to hang in there and to really hit, be successful and get an Oscar, far into his career. I've always just been a big admirer of his. And so I was able to track him down and then, and get in touch with his agent, and we talked back and forth about things. And we didn't have a whole lot of money to offer him, but as it turns out, he is from the Great Lakes region.
Ah,
He was born in the Detroit area and lived there until he was 10 years old. And then, interestingly enough, his father was a teacher, and then his father moved the family to Columbus, Ohio, where his father was actually a music professor at Ohio State University.
oh, really?
If you know what he won the Oscar for,
Right.
this just malevolent music professor in Whiplash. It's just such a great story. So anyway, and as it turns out, he spent summer vacations on the lake shores of Lake Huron and Lake Michigan. That's where he grew up and had his summer vacation. So he has a soft spot in his heart for the Great Lakes and a fondness for it and a fond memory. And it was really it was a wonderful day working with him. I had to fly to Atlanta to record him there, where he was making this movie that just came out called Red One, where he played Santa Claus and Santa
Okay.
Claus with and he's with Dwayne the Rock Johnson in that movie, and he was filming it. And he had a big beard on and all that stuff. But I had the opportunity just after we recorded the script. It was wonderful because he knew how to pronounce all the Great Lakes words. There's towns. In the Great Lakes called Sault Ste. Marie, SAULT period STE,
Oh.
and so I didn't have to school him on a lot of the names there, so it was really wonderful. But after we recorded the narration, I had the opportunity to have lunch with him and sit around and talk with him for like an hour and a half, and it was just one of those great days of my life. I'll always remember it as just being a really fantastic day, and really enjoyed his company. He's just a really nice guy. So.